What's up, everybody, and welcome. This is Lord PeteyTV, and we are here to give you another update of Mythic Pluses and what to do about them. Now, this is going to be week 5 of Season 3, and it is a very interesting week. First of all, make sure you hit that subscribe button here where we're going to be giving you tips, new game information, new things going on with WoW, some really cool dungeon videos and things that we've gone through, and some commentary and stuff, so on and so forth. So please make sure you hit it up, hit that subscribe button. You know, as always, this is for the average gamer. That's what we do here. So anyway, this week's affixes for week 5 are going to be Fortified, Entangling, and Bolstered. Now you're probably asking yourself, what does that entail? So, Fortified, Entangling, and Bolstered means non-boss enemies are going to have more health, and they're going to deal more damage. And then you're going to have Entangling, which means you're going to have these little roots that are going to come up and lock you in place, and you're just going to have to move out of them, and then they're going to unlock you. And then the last one is Bolstering, so when non-boss enemies die, they buff the other mobs that are going to be around them. And they're going to increase their damage a little bit. Let's just talk about this for a second. So this week is going to be kind of an interesting week. It's going to be very hard on tanks and healers. I feel like it's going to be harder on the tanks and healers because of the combination between Fortified and Bolstering. So be careful of that if you're running as a tank or if you're running as a healer. People are going to be taking more damage and everything's going to be doing a little more. So be aware of how you're pulling. DPS, please keep an eye on what you're DPSing. Don't DPS that thing with the lowest health. Keep an eye on the thing with the highest health. DPS that one, kill that one, and you'll be happy and you'll be good to go. So just kind of generally talking from what we know here. Waycrest Manor has lots of pulls. They're kind of around 5. They can go even higher. Be careful of those with the bolstering. They're going to get very, very strong. It's going to be very hard to deal with, especially with Fortified, with the matrons out there, with the hounds running around. Most of those bites are really, really going to hurt. So be really, really aware of that stuff as you're going through the dungeon. Blackrook Hold, there is a bunch of groups of mobs that you're going to be pulling. So be careful of the bolstering there. It could be really, really hurting you as a group, but overall it can be fixed and taken care of, so be aware of that. Throne of Tides, it has a couple of really hard-hitting mobs in there, so your healers are going to have to really, really be aware of dealing with those mobs within those hallways. Now, the hallway going to the last boss, the hallway going to the third boss, those hallways are really, really going to hurt. The first hallway you're going to go through, you're going to meet a bunch of guys that are going to end up, I think they're the sentinels that are really, really going to hurt your mobs there, your party there, because of their abilities there. So be aware of that. Be careful of it, okay? Everbloom. Everbloom, it's just large pack after large pack after large pack. So while you're going through and pulling those, be very, very careful and very, very aware of those, because you don't want to have such a problem when you're going through there. Once you go through, you can get everything down pretty easily, but the bolstering is what's going to start really hurting with the Fortified. You end up pulling one too many of the, I think they're maulers. You're going to end up really turning into an issue and a problem, so be careful there. Darkheart Thicket. They have some of the worst trash in that whole entire dungeon. Thankfully, the bosses will be easy because those are annoying too. But the problem with Darkheart Thicket is that small mob groups can grow bigger. For instance, the bears. Be very aware of the bears. Those guys can really, really hurt a group, and they can take it out real easy. So be careful when you're going through there. Atoltazar. Atoltazar, you got your fire. I think they're fire wildfires or augers or whatever that they spit out the wildfire. Be careful of those guys. The guys that throw the blade on the ground, that stuff can like one-shot you in high keys. You have to really, really be careful of those things when you're going through. So it's very hard, but you'll get through. Just take your time for the first couple of keys so you're kind of aware of what you're doing, and then you can increase and you'll be a lot better. Dawn of Infinites. Dawn of Infinites, Rise and Fall. What can I say? Fall really. The problem with Fall is that there are groups of mobs where you're going to end up pulling and you're going to have problems. So be really careful of that. Be really careful of the pulling. Be really careful of how you're going through things. Make sure you're not pulling too much and you'll be okay. The problem with Rise is that first pull group right there you have, that's going to be really annoying and really difficult to deal with if you're over pulling it because of the bolstering. So take your time pulling that and be careful and target the big mobs first. Target the big mobs, kill them before they take the bolstering effect, and then you'll be a lot easier to take down the rest of the mobs. If you take those groups, the big mob groups alone, it might actually be easier. So when you go up the stairs, you hook a right, you kill those two big mobs there, you pull the snake guy into the other side, kill him. You can pull up as many of those guys as you need. You probably go grab 2 packs at a time and burn them down. So it's not too bad. So overall, this week is basically be careful of the bolstering and the fortified. Plain and simple. Be aware of it. Take your time with it. And the more you work with it, the better you'll get. So, all right. I greatly appreciate everybody for hanging out and chit-chatting with me. Make sure you use Lord PeteyTV as a code if you're going to pick up some Rogue Energy Drink or going to sub to our and doing that. Make sure you also go to our merch store because stuff is on sale. I want you to get that stuff taken a look at and pick it up. We greatly appreciate it and we love you for enjoying that stuff there. So enjoy the video. And once again, make sure you check us out on Twitch every single Monday through Friday. All right, greatly appreciate it. Love you all. Dream big, keep gaming, and good luck on your vaults. See you all soon. Bye, everybody.